2K Sports Pregame Show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the New York Knicks. Well, it was New York in their last game with a loss to Denver. That game was high scoring. Tonight, they'll need to be better defensively. And in our matchup tonight, man, it's been tough for both of these clubs. Neither can seem to do anything right as of late. Shaq, if you're on a team that's been sinking in the standings, how do you try and right the ship?
Well, stringing a few wins together can change everything, Arnie. See, first of all, you got to maintain the belief in yourselves and stay supportive of one another. Don't point the finger.
Oh, he's pointing over here, I guess, for me to go. But keep working to find the right rotations is important, Ernie. Make sure that everyone, not just yourself, make sure everyone contributes, players, coaches, front office, and fans.
Yeah, it is a team effort, a collective effort, isn't it, Shaq?
Yep, I like to collect, Ernie.
Yeah, I know you do. That wraps it up. Thanks for joining us. Later.
Everyone is in their seat here in the arena as the Suns look to grab a hometown win in Phoenix. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. The New York Knicks come into this one following a loss, guys, to Denver.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, when Devin Booker's father finished his playing career in Europe, Devin, who was then 15, moved from Michigan to Mississippi to train with him. Devin said it was a culture shock, but it was the best decision I ever made. I was a student of the game, but I never understood the grind. He instilled that, and it stuck with me. Kevin?
And that kind of toughness is crucial to have at a young age. Thanks, D.A. And now teams getting into the middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it. You've covered it, 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in a regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule. And you're starting to see that, shortening the preseason, stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Porzingis is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Lee, then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Thomas in at the small forward.
Now, Kev, how about that setup? Booker with the impressive vision finds the open man, makes the game easy.
Porzingis, that's short off the rim. And it's the Suns with the ball. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
No, there's no question, Greg. I thought their defensive intensity was lacking from the outset. Oh! Look at that. Don't sleep on his athleticism now. Porzingis plays well above the rim.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. To the paint, it's tipped. Goes up, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Chandler with the screen on Jack. Bender kicks to Booker. Chandler a screen. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Kevin, that's about length. It's about awareness. It's about anticipation. Porzingis able to kickstart the break.
And again, New York running the court in transition. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Chandler with the screen on Porzingis. Here's Booker. And the Suns miss again.
Boy, they wanted to hit the ground running today, but it hasn't happened. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Porzingis comes with the double team. Kicks to Bender to end the run. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
Over the last 2 decades, there have been a lot of big men coming from Europe who have been tagged as the next Dirk. A lot of lofty expectations to live up to. But Porzingis, Doris, Porzingis seems to be one who is answering that call.
Well, I think Porzingis certainly on his way to being as beloved as Dirk is, both here and back in Europe. And the reason you like the comparison, both are size and skill combined. And they have praised each other in the past, a little bit of a mutual admiration society.
The first free throw is good. Doris, when you watch Porzingis on the defensive end of the floor, it's just jaw-dropping. The ground he can cover and the way he challenges at the rim can change the way a team chooses to attack him.
I agree, because he provides so much in terms of rim protection and weak side help. It's a huge boost to any defense. This guy can be one of the best shot blockers in the league, does an incredible job switching with his length and speed.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Doris, you look at the next team, and clearly the future is going to be built around Porzingis.
Well, and you think back to the Knicks mortgaging away their future at times to make a run at the playoffs, but I think it's now time to build from the ground up. They've got some draft picks to work with going forward, and though it may not be immediate, Porzingis is a nice centerpiece to build around.
Bender with a wide open look.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive.
Oh!
Look at that.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Booker, just an incredible month of basketball. 7th in scoring. And how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And now the Knicks on the break. Jacks are running. Here's Porzingis. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Well, Mr. Porzingis, nice to know you're not afraid to mix it up. Boy, you gotta love that grit and hustle.
Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, that's a good, strong finish. Porzingis not shying away from getting in there and getting after it.
Suns trail by 18. Fires the three. And Cantor pulls it down. Here's New York. This run now up to 22 points to 2. Porzingis again. Porzingis has got 24.
Oh, nice play there. Kristaps making his presence felt on the interior.
Bender off target with his three.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Ulis kicks to Warren, trying his luck deep. Phoenix no good that time either. Porzingis inside. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Jack passes to Porzingis. The shot's good from Cantor.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Ulis dishes to Chandler. Back to Ulis. Pass to Bender. Lets it go with a three. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And New York will come the other way.
Still unable to connect this quarter. Really looks frustrated. Just needs to try and stay calm.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And Cantor over to help. Chandler with a screen for Ulis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's not a bad plan of action right there, guys. Attack the defense in the low post.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Kevin, another one for Porzingis, and we don't know yet what his ceiling is as a scorer, but we do know he's lighting it up right now.
Now Ulis, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And a look here at the shot chart for Porzingis.
What a display we've seen from them so far. Every half open look they've gotten, they've knocked down and show no signs of letting up. Right now, they are in the driver's seat. As long as they can keep their rhythm on offense, they'll just steamroll this team the rest of the way.
And the Suns call time. And the Phoenix Suns, one of the younger teams in the NBA.
And I think, Kevin, you have to give credit to the Suns organization for making some great picks in the draft. Devin Booker and Marquise Chris both look like steals given where they were taken. The front office has added some franchise cornerstones even before drafting Josh Jackson this summer.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Thomas. A lot of time, games are decided at the line. So let's check out the NBA leaders in that category. You look at Lee, second in the NBA, so great from the line.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Warren kicks to Ulis, shoots a three. Knicks with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Jack. And again, it's New York.
Defensively, Kev, it's very hard to impact a shot from the mid-range when you're giving up that many inches as a defender.
Ulis with it. Now Jack defending. For the finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Warren the pass to Bender. Good on the three-point shot.
A terrific use of the catch and shoot. Flat-footed D can't do a thing to stop that.
Here's Jack. At this time, his first miss in 3 attempts from the field. Ulis kicks to Warren. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Hardaway. Warren's gone 1 of 3 on the night. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Warren on the wing. Porzingis with the rebound.
Well, you just wonder if maybe he should take it inside when they're playing so far off him.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porzingis has got 30.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
6 to shoot. Booker with no one around, and the Suns miss again.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Left side, Chandler.
And it's fair to say, Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Now, this is a high-character guy. Chandler is a guy who will influence everyone around him in a positive manner.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Alex Len's checked in for Bender. Jackson comes in for Warren. Daniels, he's checked in for Booker. And it's Cannon in for Tyler Ulis. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Cantor. Beasley comes in for Porzingis. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Ntilikina in for Jarrett Jack. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
All right, let's check out the stats for Hardaway. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's averaging 19 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Monroe dishes to Jackson. Cannon from long range. That one doesn't go. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Here's McDermott. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Or something that's become popular, debating whether a player is a star or a superstar. To you, what's the major difference between those two thoughts?
To me, the biggest difference between star and superstar are those guys who are willing to absorb the label on a night-by-night basis and a moment-by-moment basis. You can't disappear when the stakes get high. You can't disappear on a February night in the middle of the grind pre-All-Star break. Greatness requires you to come with it every single night.
And they don't care about the conversation about them. They're bulletproof in some ways, very thick-skinned.
Very Kobe-like attribute you just referenced.
Very good comparison. And McDermott drops them both.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA. And it's not the half-court D that's been the problem. It's scores like that which are killing them.
Cannon kicks to Monroe. On the wing, Jackson. Good on the triple. Jackson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
Here's Ntilikina. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And that one, good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
1:36 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Cannon. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Len. And that one hits back iron.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Oh, Quinn can't hit.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, a clue what went wrong there.
Knocked away. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Ntilikina. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, Ntilikina there attacking the rim, an explosive long guard who can get to the rack with the best of them.
Monroe, the pass to Jackson. Shoots over McDermott. Misses off the right iron. Smooth sailing for New York. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. No good from Beasley.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Jackson kicks to Cannon. Dishes to Len. Now the pass to Daniels. He kicks it to Monroe. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the New York Knicks. Way out in front, their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Knicks. Ntilikina out there with Baker. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Beasley, and it's McDermott in at the 3 slot.
Call it a slow motion break if you want, but Kyle O'Quinn there to finish it off.
O'Quinn's got nearly everything to drop for him, shooting 5 of 6 from the field. Poked loose, stolen by O'Quinn, all alone, and O'Quinn slams it in.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
Monroe, it's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Stolen by Jackson. Here's Daniels. Sinks the three-pointer. Daniels has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. McDermott with the double team. Shot clock at 6. Cannon can't hit.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Baker with the bucket. You think back to how Jeff Hornacek was as a player. Doris, you see that same demeanor on the sidelines.
Well, what you're talking about there, Kev, is sort of that gritty, no-nonsense, tough-minded approach. What Jeff Hornacek was as a player, he certainly displays similar attributes as a coach.
Here's Ntilikina. A stupendous finish in traffic. Ntilikina's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Monroe kicks to Daniels. No good with the triple. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Baker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for Phoenix.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And he makes the first. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Ulis kicks to Monroe. That's tipped. Outside Jackson. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's McDermott. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Trying his luck deep. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
You know, in that situation, yes, you've got a wide open 3, but it would be a lot wiser to feed the ball to a teammate and get a higher percentage look. Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Out to the right wing. From the arc. Suns keep it alive. And here is Ulis. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Bender, he's checked in for Phoenix. And a switcher also for New York. Thomas checked in for McDermott. Ulis with it. Knocks it loose. Jackson dishes to Daniels. Beasley comes with the double team. 5 to shoot. And a fast break now for New York. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Bender, no good.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
Jackson with it. Now Thomas defending. Daniels kicks to Jackson. Here's Bender. And the Suns miss again.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Glenn, a screen. Now here's Ulis. D right on him. Daniels. And the Suns miss again. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Out to the wing. The wide open look here for Ulis. No good, unable to end this run. Here's Ntilikina. And a miss there on the triple. Well, Phoenix shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Daniels kicks to Bender. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. O'Quinn's got his 7th rebound here tonight. From deep, Thomas. New York working now with the fresh shot clock. The shot's good from O'Quinn.
Boy, you got to give it to the big fella from Norfolk State. O'Quinn making his presence felt on the second chance opportunities.
Now the dish to Bender. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. And it's 6 points for Dragan Bender.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Launches a 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Doris, you look at Tyler Ulis, and people were surprised he lasted to the second round of the 2016 draft.
I think there were concerns about Tyler Ulis' size, right? This is an undersized point guard at 5'10", but you can't measure heart and his approach and knowledge of the game.
New York's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Beasley. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Suns shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Glenn, a screen. Ulis passes to Bender. Down low. Here's Ntilikina. 10 points for him. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Daniels dishes to Len. Here's Bender. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
Baker connects from 3-point range. Baker's got 7 now in this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Ulis kicks to Bender. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got his 6th assist on the night.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
They set the screen. Daniels passes to Bender. Offline with his 3. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Baker, no good.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
Now, here's Ulis. On the wing, Daniels launches it. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Thomas. Makes it off the glass. Thomas got 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Phoenix's ball. Outside Jackson. Here's Daniels. Phoenix, no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And for the Suns, they're shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Thomas. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Suns 5th.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Len. Warren comes in for Jackson. And it's Devin Booker in for Daniels. No good from Booker. New York with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Jack. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Jack's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Booker outside. Puts up a 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Jack dishes to Hardaway. Stolen by Warren. 1:14 left in the first half of the game. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's Hardaway. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense. It's really something to watch.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Left side, Porzingis over Bender. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Boy, his output has been impressive today, and it doesn't look like he's done cooking just yet.
New York shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for the Suns. Cannon comes in for Ulis.
Shooting 1.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
The Suns shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Cannon kicks to Chandler. To the inside. And Warren with the basket on the assist by Chandler. And that's now 6 points for T.J. Warren. Here's Cantor. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Cannon. Booker in the corner. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Well, that's an example of 2 teammates on a different page. They're both looking at each other like, hey, what was going on there?
6 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Knicks delivering the blowout. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He ended up with 33 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
Doors with every team now having shooters who can space the floor is such an important part of their offense. Who are some of the best players at taking advantage of that with the dribble drive?
Well, there are certain guys who you sit there and say, there's no way I'd ever want to be a lone defender in transition trying to deal with the ferocity of a Russell Westbrook drive, the absolute majesty of Kyrie Irving's handle, the combination of strength and athleticism of LeBron James. I just want to tell those defenders, you better step back, boys, and get out of the way.
You make such a great point. As much as I admire the three-point shooting of Steph or Clay and the majesty of LeBron, the dribbling ability of Kyrie Irving, to me, is absolutely jaw-dropping.
This guy does not have explosive athleticism. It's a product of clearly somebody who has always had the basketball in his hands. It's majesty in motion.
Ulis and Booker, the two former Wildcats of the backcourt. Warren is out there with Bender, and it's Chandler in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for Jay Triano as we begin the second half. Warren, good.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you? They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they've played that style. The Suns and that run and gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
Well, you just look back on the history of the New York Knicks and what rich history and tradition they have as a franchise, the different eras, the different groups they've had.
Oh!
Wow. Wow, that's the mobility of Porzingis gliding in for the finish.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's foul number 2 for him. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Chandler is screen. Here's Bender. Offensive rebound. Ulis passes to Booker. Doubled by Lee. Poked away. Booker with it. He's picked up by Lee. Warren, good.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Thomas. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
Booker dishes to Ulis. Bender kicks to Booker. Over Lee. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got his first bucket in this one.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Suns have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Bender. Suns keep it alive. Pass to Warren. He dishes it to Ulis. Feeds it to Booker. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Cantor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Devin Booker.
It's the size of Cantor that makes him a tough matchup, right? He is so good at finding space inside and forcing the defense to foul him.
And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
And Cantor drops them both. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball games?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys' high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be. And sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. Here's Porzingis with a fast break chance. Bender with the rebound. Bender's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Near the 3-point line, it's Booker. Jack with the rebound.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving. Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Warren the pass to Bender. Phoenix no good that time either.
Boy, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter. That's great use of size and length. Tough down low when guys are battling for that board.
And here's Booker from the arc. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got his 9th assist in the game now. Porzingis inside. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Booker outside. Now the feed to Ulis. Booker inside. Working on Lee. Booker with it. He's picked up by Lee, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. And we take a look here at the shot chart for New York.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Knicks have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Cantor's shot is off. Suns have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And Booker kicks to Ulis. They set the screen. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots.
Impeccable
Foul.
from the line since halftime.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Doris, I've heard you talk often about instituting a play clock from the very beginnings of someone learning the game of basketball.
Kevin, I think this is absolutely critical to the future of the game of basketball here in the United States, because the Europeans right now, from the formative stages, from the youngest someone picks up the game of basketball, play under duress of the shot clock. And the reason that's important is you must be a 3-tool player to play under duress of the shot clock, meaning you've got to be a triple threat. You've got to be able to pass it, dribble it, and shoot it. And to do that with the pressure of a shot clock leaning in on you from those earliest moments is significant. And I know I have the backing of guys like R.C. Buford and Rick Carlisle. They believe, more important than me, intelligent basketball people believe that in the United States, we must institute a shot clock from the time guys and young women pick up the game.
Take a look here at the numbers for Porzingis. He's really stood out for them over the past month. 3rd in blocks, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. And the Suns making a change here. Daniels is checked in. Then for the Knicks, Beasley comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Ntilikina in for Jarrett Jack. Chandler hits them both. Doris, one strength that the Suns have is the length of their front court.
Right, Josh Jackson, the rookie, leads the way in that regard. But remember, Marquise Chris and Dragan Bender also with great length in the front court. And as these guys develop, they can pose a lot of matchup problems for opponents.
Stripped away. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
I love the fact that Ntilikina is skilled at being a ball mover. He's got a pass-first mentality, and that's winning basketball.
Daniels kicks to Warren. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Knicks have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. T.J. Warren picks one up.
Two shots.
And the first one drops.
So the 4th pick of the 2015 draft class, who some said was picked too high, Porzingis. Good job silencing the critics.
And Phoenix making a change here. Cannon's checked in. And New York with a change here too. Hardaway's checked in. And he makes both free throws. Here's Cannon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He feeds it to Daniels. There's Jackson with the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And it's 6 points for Josh Jackson.
And you can see now Jackson starting to shoot that shot with ease. A lot of confidence now flowing through the young fella.
they're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Cannon dishes to Warren. Outside Jackson. Again, the miss by Jackson. The Knicks shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at Golden State, earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, there's the Suns, just way behind.
And right now for Phoenix, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
Yeah, the people who said they hadn't done enough in the offseason to improve this team were exactly right. They never put the foundation of winning in place.
Here's Hardaway. The shot that time, not on target. And Phoenix the other way now. Jackson with it, now defended by McDermott. Jackson passes to Warren. Poked loose, Hardaway with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. Here's McDermott, and Jackson with the block.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
The Knicks shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. The shot comes out. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Kicks to Cannon. Beasley comes with the double team. Beasley with the steal. Here's Porzingis. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Porzingis has got 41.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Beasley with the steal. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. And let's go down to a list of players you can't leave open under any circumstances. This season's most accurate small forwards from the field. T.J. Warren fourth.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
You know, in addition to that patience and efficiency, they're each extremely talented natural scorers. They've got the kind of precise form all young players would do well to replicate.
Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
Here's Beasley. Here's Porzingis. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Porzingis has got 43 points.
I'd say Porzingis is so nimble inside. He's got a very calm demeanor with defenders in his face.
Here's Jackson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
That is really solid low-post offense. You cannot waste those chances.
Here's Ntilikina. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. In a draft stocked with point guards, Ntilikina's court vision, Greg, might be the best of them all.
I mean, he's a true pure point guard. At the same time, a good shooter. The length to defend wings, so that versatility makes him one of the more valuable prospects.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Baker in for McDermott.
And Ntilikina, he possesses that unselfishness that really allows his guys to play their best basketball. You got to love his approach. Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points.
Now Daniels, 9 points in the game so far. Clock is at 3, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Checking out the numbers for Monroe. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. Getting around 12 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe. The Knicks shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Ntilikina can't hit.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
Warren kicks to Cannon. 1:02 left in the third. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Looking now at some numbers for Warren. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 9th in shooting percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. Jarrett Jack is checked in for New York. Good on the second free throw. 52 seconds left to play in the third. On the wing, Daniels. From deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Daniels has got 6 here in this quarter.
Talk about stretching out a defense. He's...
Oh!
My goodness.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Cannon kicks to Warren. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Hardaway. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That's on Josh Jackson.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. So for the Suns, Dragan, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Devin Booker in for Troy Daniels. Cantor, he's checked in for the Knicks. Hardaway hits them both. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Warren on the wing. No good on the triple. The Knicks shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. Here's Jack. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. O'Quinn's got 20.
You know, we've seen this before. O'Quinn can make you pay on the stat sheet if you let him, and they haven't slowed him down here.
Here's Cannon. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Cannon's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the New York Knicks. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Suns shooting 32% overall right now, not one of their better showings. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Baker, Hernan Gomez out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Thomas, and it's Burke in at the one.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Yes, intercepted the ball in stride. Turnovers like this are devastating to the opposition.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite certainly. But Doris, I've heard you say on more than one occasion you'd love to see a 3-on-3 competition.
Kevin, I think if you're trying to learn the game of basketball, putting yourself in a situation to play 3-on-3 is one of the greatest ways you can develop your game. One, it teaches you how to pass and cut, right? You cannot be effective in a 3-on-3 game unless you understand how to screen for somebody, how to set yourself up to come off of a screen. The shorter dynamic of the 3-on-3 in a half-court environment is one of the best ways to learn how to play the game of basketball.
I love that analysis. That's terrific. Here's Cannon. There's a screen. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Just terrific focus by Lance Thomas, converting inside against some pretty spirited defense.
Now, here is Reed. Not a lot of room. The 3 from Dudley. Drains it from beyond the arc.
That three-pointer is good almost every time if he's left that wide open.
Takes the 13-footer. Another shot. And Thomas with the lay-in. Good. Thomas got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, this guy known for terrific shot selection. Thomas getting that one to go from high percentage range.
And here's Dudley for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Here's Burke. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Monroe left side. Back to Cannon. Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly, some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated, Kevin.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players. I mean, I think in the olden days, there was genuine hatred, and there's some of that now, but there is really a feel like, hey, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so.
Too much so.
I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from three, and I'll tell you, they've put it to good use here.
Phoenix has gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Monroe outside. Over to the wing. Lets it go with a three. It's good on the putback.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
For New York, they've gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Cannon kicks to Reed. Back to Cannon. Expanding his range. The rebound by Baker. For New York, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Thomas gets the bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Suns have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. To the middle, Peters. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Peters has got 5 points in the quarter.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Doris, we know coaches need to win to keep their jobs. However, they need great players to win, which falls on the shoulders of a general manager. So why are more coaches fired for poor team performance than GMs, you think?
You know, I think what's fascinating to me, and this is a supposition I've heard other broadcasters talk about, which I believe should be instituted. Instead of just showing the coach's record on national broadcast, why don't we include the record of the GM? Because the coaches are not ultimately responsible unless they're responsible for both jobs, which we do see on occasion. But to me, the general manager has a significant role to the win-loss record, and both should be included.
And maybe when the owner says, hey, I'll pick the coach, it doesn't affect you. But if you pick the coach, you're tied with that coach. You're joined at the hip.
Great point. Great point.
The Suns shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Screen by Monroe. Ball's knocked loose. And now the Knicks on the break. Burke with the ball. And then Thomas with the dunk.
Well, he's never been the most explosive athlete in the NBA, but Thomas can still get up and let you have it.
Phoenix has gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. To stop the run, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. That's 12 points for Greg Monroe.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Reed a screen. And here is Dudley. Pass to Reed. 6 to shoot. And a fast break now for New York. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Yeah, nothing too flashy there, but O'Quinn certainly able to punch it down with authority because he is a big body.
The Suns have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Here's Cannon, Burke covering. Left block shot on the way. Monroe, no good. New York shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Cannon, Burke covering. Monroe in the corner. Cannon from long range.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
Glenn, a screen.
The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
And slam dunk by Burke.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Monroe outside. Clock at 6. And pushing it up, here's New York. Burke with the ball. 2 points, that one goes. Burke's got 17 points here in the second half.
Defense leading to offense. Another turnover and another basket.
Cannon kicks to Monroe. They set the pick. Here's Cannon. Burke covering. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Burke's got 19 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Len dishes to Cannon. Back to Len. Thomas with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Burke. And the Knicks good for 2.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Here's Cannon. Burke covering. Screen by Monroe. To the left wing. Here's Reed. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. The Knicks shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. The 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Monroe's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. That's tipped. And there's the pass to Reed. Here's Cannon. Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
You know, big-time finishes. And maybe that doesn't define his game, but give him a head of steam, and O'Quinn will get the job done.
Screen by Monroe. Cannon kicks to Reed. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And guys, they've allowed an embarrassing number of points off those turnovers.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says, you can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players, 25%. Media, 25%. What do you think of that? I
love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group, and they cast the vote. Perfect.
Dishes it to Dudley. Phoenix with a new shot clock. Cannon kicks to Dudley. Phoenix no good that time either. New York's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. From deep, Thomas, it's good from long range. Thomas got 26.
Well, this guy, an offensive liability early in his career, but now Lance Thomas can actually help your floor spacing.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Porzingis.
Boy, what a determined offensive presence he has been for them tonight. He carried the scoring load, and as hot as he was, it took a ton of pressure off his teammates all night.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
New York calls timeout. They're up. 41 seconds left in the game. Now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. The Knicks making a switch here. Ntilikina's checked in. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Monroe in the corner. Back to Cannon. And Thomas over to help.
At the line for your Suns, Isaiah Cannon. At the line for 2.
Shot.
And he makes the first. And so Cannon nails both of them. Thomas against Dudley. Thomas gets the bucket.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Count it.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.